Hey everybody, and welcome back. And here, well, I want to talk about something about CCP. Now, I know they've been having Dust514 on PlayStation ability and whatnot because Sony allowed them to have it for free and such forth. Unlike where they were trying to go for Xbox too, but obviously Microsoft didn't want to give up their gold membership to allow the game to be free to play, because that would basically motion everybody to play the actual game, because it'd be like, oh, this is the freest game on the Xbox, let's go, woo! And they wanted to move on to a console-based fan base. They wanted to actually bring out their game to another area. But now they're thinking about going back to PC. It's kind of stupid, really, because why? I mean, you basically had the idea to bring a console base to your game system ability, and now you're just going to remove it and toss it on the computer? It's stupid. Not to mention, there's going to be a huge amount of issues with it because, one, the graphics. Okay, we already know that the PlayStation can be very graphical, but when it comes to a computer, you have to max it out, basically. You have to, like Call of Duty Ghosts or something. If you play on console, you don't have to do anything. But if you play on the computer, if you want to get that good graphics setting look, just as the console, you gotta pretty much max it out. And that's gonna be an issue because they're gonna try and go better with the computer versus the console. And not many people have $9,000 computers where they can just go, woo! Sign me up! There's going to be a lot of people that are like $500 or such forth that have just common use computers, and they're going to be like, oh, well, I want to play this game, but it's not going to run. And people say they can make a $500 computer into like a huge gaming rig. Yeah, maybe, just maybe, by a budget, a very huge budget, but you're not going to have like the GTX 700 graphics card or such like that. You're going to have some crappy one that's like GTX 400 or things like that, and probably a crappy PC CPU and a motherboard that's probably like 4 years old. Not going to get much of the top now stuff because obviously it's going to be too expensive. So around something maybe $1,000 is what your area is going to be for building a computer that's nowadays. So it's just like, yeah. And not to mention, when I download the game, it doesn't seem like they have been doing much to it, because the download on the game from PlayStation's ability only reads 3 gigabytes. 3 gigabytes! Now, Sony has a Blu-ray capability of 25 gigabytes for their CDs and such forth. And I think BioShock, or was it Dead Space, are able to use just one CD for the PlayStation 3. And that's because it's using 17, 18 gigabytes of CD-ROM ability. So, where's the potential for this? I mean, they're just using 3 gigabytes on their little game. They can get so much more into that game. 3 gigabytes, that's nothing. I've seen Ubisoft pull off 17 gigabytes on their Assassin's Creed thing for PS3 and Xbox and Nintendo Wii and such forth. And they're not that graphical, but they are long. So if they can pull off a long game, obviously Dust514 can pull off more of a long stretch and more graphics. Or at least longer potential to it. I mean, sure, the PlayStation 3 is not that much more capable of graphics anymore, but if they moved from PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4, they would have their PC graphic ability right there in their hands. They don't need to move to PC. They can still stick with PlayStation system. All they need to do is jump from that platform to the PlayStation 3. I mean, the PlayStation 4. And they'll have that potential without having to have people to buy higher graphics ability, higher megabytes, download a huge file. Well, they have to download a huge file on the PlayStation 3, but they would have the potential they want on the PS4. They would have more than potential. And people wouldn't need to go buy $1,000 computers just so they can play this epically graphical game system ability. They can still have everything they want to make on PC, but still on the console. I don't get it. Why would they want to just move to PC when they have that potential right there in their hands? They still have tons of stuff they can make for the PS3. And if they want to go the graphical way and want to expand beyond with Unreal 4 technology and such forth, PS4 is right there. I mean, it's staring them right in the face. They don't need to go to a PC ability at all. And their entire work, they moved to a console because they wanted to spread out more. And now they're just basically gonna go, screw, we're going back to PC. It's kind of stupid. I mean, it's cool and all. I mean, whoa, we can have 3 games in one. The Oculus Rift is just basically a computer game, but with an add-on screen. Whoa! It's nothing special. So that game's really nothing big. I mean, if it was a dedicated different game system for the Oculus Rift, wasn't plugged into a computer or such, it was just its own system, they have a better wide expansion brought out too. But it's just a computer game too. But I know they want to just do it in one thing, but seriously, if they want to break out to different expansions like they did previously for the PS3, they may just want to just move to PS4. That would give better potential for them. And they would get their higher powered graphics ability and expand more. They can probably do 100 gigabytes worth of technology. I mean, they're barely breaking ground with PS3. 3 gigabytes is nothing when it's capable of doing 25 gigabytes. So even despite the fact that it doesn't have much graphics potential, it can still expand game-wise. It can still go out, stretch out to how much stuff it can do. Anyways, go ahead and comment below and see what you tell me what you guys think, because I don't know, this is just not a move that I think CCP should be doing. I think they should keep to their console ability for this game, specifically this game, and make it for PS4 instead. If anything, PS4, not computer, because being on a console for a first-person shooter game just makes it feel a lot more better than putting it on a computer. and it removes the entire issues of people having to pay for a $1,000 computer top of the line right now and nowadays, instead of having to scrimmage $400 of crap computer parts just to be able to play a okay semi game. Anyways, peace, and see you later.